What's up, guys? It's your boy Zach back at it. Today we are going to be playing RSL. This is week 4, I believe. We're going to be playing against my boy Kais and the Kansas City Keldeos. Kind of a highly anticipated match. We're both undefeated, the only 2 undefeated teams left. So it's kind of like last man standing type shit. So let me go ahead. I just want to check and make sure he's searching. Yeah, so we brought some pretty basic stuff today, but we also brought some pretty interesting stuff. So in this league so far, I've brought Booster Energy, Dragon Dance, Roaring Moon every single week. So what did we do this week? We brought Banded Moon. I kind of like the idea of switching that up a little bit. And I had some other ideas for potential setup sweepers. So I think the heat of the week here, we have a pretty standard Mandibuzz set. We're rocking Terrorgrass, Trailblaze, just 4 attacks. So Life Orb, that'll be fun. We have Mandibuzz with Foul Play. Mandibuzz with Foul Play, kind of the idea, kind of the idea behind that is his Ogre Pawn. If that thing gets up a Swords Dance, it does become very scary for my team. With Foul Play, even without the Swords Dance up, Mandibuzz is doing, it's pretty much like at least 55%. And we love to see that. But star of the show, or at least hopefully will be star of the show, and it's kind of what we've planned the game around, is our Clef Fable. So you might be wondering, Zach, what's going on with this Clef Fable? So this Clefable here is an unaware Clefable rocking Mirror Herb. The Mirror Herb is for his Manaphy. So he has Manaphy on his roster. Manaphy is... It snowballs. It can get out of control. Unaware blocks any sort of stat changes that he has. The Mirror Herb, ideally, we want to bait him to Tail Glow. We want to bait him to Tail Glow, so if I have Mandibuzz in or something like that, and he's obviously expecting a switch, he's more than likely going to want to Tail Glow. So if he Tail Glows, I bring in Clefable, we get that boost there. I also have Cosmic Power to boost defense and special defense. And then he has Scizor. Scizor is pretty scary. I don't have an awesome answer for it on my team, but my Clefable's Terra Steel. So that Bullet Punch isn't going to be doing too much, especially if I'm, +1, +2 defense, and we're packing the Flamethrower. He does have a raid team, so it is going to weaken the Flamethrower, but to be honest, if we are +3 special attack, I'm not too worried about that. And of course, we have Scarf Dango. Scarf Dango is Trick, Shadow Ball, Make It Rain, and we have Thunderbolt because, like I said, he's got a Make It Rain team, or Make It Rain team. He's got a Rain team, so we wanted to make sure that we brought some sort of electric moves, so that way we can hopefully deal with his team. Also on the Roaring Moon with the band, I do have Brick Break. Brought the Brick Break. He does have Grimmsnarl, so he could have dual screens, of course. And also, if push comes to shove, I do have Terra Steel Iron Head on the Banded Roaring Moon. So that's a good play there. Glow King, I mean, he has the rain, so what we did with Glow King this week is we brought Chilly Reception rather than bringing an Assault Vest variant. I kind of like the idea of having some sort of weather control against his team. Alrighty, so we see We don't see his Politoed. So he doesn't have any way of setting up auto rain. I think his play here is he's going to want to lead the Grimmsnarl. I like the lead with Golden Go, because we immediately threaten it with a Make It Rain. Yeah, we immediately threaten with a Make It Rain. Based off of his prior matches and stuff like that I've seen, we could expect to see something like, we could see Rain Dance, Goodra. I doubt, I don't think there's a world where he didn't bring some way to set up the rain. He's got to have Rain Dance on at least one of his Pokemon. Okay, so we do see the Hisuian Quillfish. He's probably Eviolite. If we trick here, I think he's gonna want to set up spikes here. He can't poison us, so I can. Does this thing have knockoff? It could have knockoff. I think he wants to set up spikes here. Let's go into Mandibuzz and kind of just see what this thing wants to do. Alright, so we do see the spikes. So, I mean, we just click defog here. We can defog here and we can U-turn out. So I think there's a couple of things that he could do here. He could try to get a Toxic off on my Mandibuzz, which he does not want to do. So let's see what he's got here. So this looks like it's going to be Hisuian Goodra. Alright, so the play here is definitely going to be going out into Mamoswine. So, I mean, here's kind of a predicament that I've had in the games that I've played, and like mocks and stuff like that, and counts I've done. So, we can kill him with Earthquake. If we click Earthquake, though, he could go Zapdos, and he does get pretty decent momentum. But I don't think he wants to bring Zapdos in on Mamoswine. He could. He very well could, but I do threaten with Ice moves. So if he does bring in Zapdos, I think realistically he's going to have to double. Yeah, he can kill us. Oh, here goes the Terra. Alright, so he's gonna pop the Terra on the Goodra. So what does he have? Does he have Terra Flying? Terra Flying, okay. Alright, so he's probably gonna pick up a kill here on Mamoswine. Flamethrower. We have Thick Fat, brother. So I think to be completely honest, he kind of shit the bed a little bit on his Terra. So we can we can live another flamethrower. But do we Icicle Crash? Because if we Trailblaze, we can get a let's just click Icicle Crash here. Let's just click Icicle Crash. I don't want to get greedy and go for the Trailblaze and have him crit me or something. I could see him potentially go Manaphy here. Alright, so he doesn't want Goodra to go down yet. Alright, so here's the Manaphy. Now this is where we start to have a little bit of fun. So that's not going to do much. He expects me to switch out. I could Terra Grass and I could Trailblaze here. But that wouldn't be any fun, would it? So we could expect Tail Glow here and go into our Clefable. And honestly, if we can get the Tail Glow here, we're in a good spot. We absolutely love to see that. That is exactly what we wanted to happen. That is exactly what we wanted to happen. So from here, I like the idea of clicking Cosmic Power to get the boost. Get our defense up a little bit. And then from there, Clefable kind of goes crazy. I mean, Clefable kind of does go crazy from there against his team. There is a worry, there is a little bit of a worry if he is able to go into his Ogre Pond, the Wellspring, and crit me with an Ivy Cudgel. That would be unfortunate. Okay. So we see the Hisuian Quillfish. Alright, so I think he wants to Toxic me here. So let's Terra Steel. Let's Terra Steel and let's Cosmic Power again. Ooh, the haze! Oh, that's cold. Oh, wow, that's cold. I did just... yeah, that is cold. I did waste my Terra there. I do like that play. I do like that play on him. So we can click Thunderbolt here and just get some chip. Wow, I really fucking like that play. Damn, if he didn't have haze on that Quillfish, that should've... It was about to be game over. Alright, I need to get a Zen. So he hazes again. Alright, so we know he's got haze, he's got spikes. I mean, he wants to stay in here and he wants... I like the idea of going into Mammoth Slime to kind of pressure him a little bit. So what's his play? Do we see... I like how he's got the black clover. It's kind of fire. So the Grimmsnarl is kind of annoying to deal with. I think here we see something like a... I think we see like a parting shot maybe, or he gets a screen up. So there's the reflect. Yeah, that's annoying. That's annoying. So my question here is, I do want to know if he is packing a fairy move. So right here, we're gonna kind of get an answer as to whether or not he's packing a fairy move. I wish I didn't fucking Terra Clefable. God, I wish I didn't Terra Clefable. So a couple things I could do. I could Brick Break, I can get rid of the screens, or I can U-turn. I think U-turning here for momentum is probably the best play. I think he goes into like Zapdos, hoping for maybe getting like a static off. Or he could go into the Manaphy. I mean, good news with the Manaphy though is we do still have Unaware Clef, and I need to keep that in the back because if not, that Manaphy could be absolutely terrifying. Dude, I give him mad props for packing Haze on Hisuian Quillfish. Okay, so he doesn't have Fairy Move. Alright, so that's physically defensive. We just immediately go out into Clefable and threaten. So I mean, Manaphy doesn't want to stay in here. I mean, right now, Thunderbolt is pretty decent into his team. He doesn't want to stay in with Manaphy, especially on Clefable. I think we see maybe Ogerpon. Oh, there's a Goodra. Yeah, that does negative damage. But I mean, we can Cosmic Power here. Kind of see what he wants to do. I mean, I think Goodra in reality is kind of just his Clefable answer. So we do see the Rain Dance. I think it's good to kind of just boost our defenses though, cause he has a scary team, dude. Manaphy and Ogerpon Wellspring are terrifying, and my team doesn't appreciate the screens on the Grimmsnarl either. We really don't appreciate that. I do have Brick Break, and I do also have Defog on Mandibuzz, but I mean, maybe get a Para. Oh, he's got Earthquake. I mean, it doesn't do much to me here. At this point, we're kind of just wearing out screen turns. So I can Thunderbolt again here. And if he stays in and he clicks Earthquake, then I can just simply Moonlight. I really want a Para. So I ideally want to run out screen turns. I mean, So he's not assault vest, but my god, dude, Gudra is a bulky boy. So we get a free turn here and get our health back. Okay, so we've seen... Alright, so Reflect wears off there. I think he gets up spikes, or maybe he wants to haze. So, we haven't seen his fourth move yet. We have not seen his fourth move yet. We could get a little aggressive here and go into Goldango. We could get a little aggressive. DC spikes or maybe potentially haze. Alright, so his light screen's gone. Light screen being gone is very nice for us. I could potentially trick him, but I do like the speed control that we have right now with Goldango. What's his play here? So I mean, if he goes Mana Free, we just simply just go out hard into I like the Shadow Ball play. I like Shadow Ball. Does he go Ogre Pond Wellspring? Okay, there's the Hisuian Gudra. How much does our Shadow Ball do? I don't think it does a ton. Okay, so we can two-shot. I'm cool with that. If he wants to stay in. I think ideally he's going to want to switch out to maybe... He could want to switch out. I think maybe he could potentially go Grimmsnarl if he guesses that I'm choiced. But also, I mean, it is threatening knowing that... I could potentially not be choiced, because that is a... it's kind of rolling the dice. It's definitely rolling the dice. So, I think his play here... I mean, I think this is his Rain Setter. So, down goes Hisuian Gudra. And it seems like that was his Rain Setter. So, it's kind of good there. I mean, in reality, I was gonna say we could. Okay, so here's this. I think ideally he's probably just gonna want to get up screens. I think ideally he wants to get up screens. I wanna try to bait him because I do want to see if he does have Fairy Move. I like that we have Dark types here just in case he has Thunder Wave or anything like that. That way we can kind of just block any sort of stuff like that from the prankster nonsense. So he gets up one layer of screens. What did he get up? Okay, he got up Light Screen. So I like... We could defog here and get rid of his screen. But I think he predicts the defog. Honestly, I defog here regardless. I mean, he doesn't have anything that he can really do to me unless he's running Spirit Break, but that's going to do very, very minimal damage from Sport Grimmsnarl. Damn, I'm still upset, dude. That haze. Oh, that haze. That's going to give me nightmares, man. I thought I had him completely game planned on that. I guess he learned from the CERN battle last week. Zeus, that is going to be Zapdos. Okay, so we get rid of the light screen. Do I go hyper aggressive here, expecting a Volt Switch, and just bring out my Mammo? Or do I not do that? Or Steel here, so if he has Heat Wave, I wouldn't like that. Heat Wave's actually pretty good into my entire team. Let's bring out Glowking and see what he wants to do. If he wants to Volt Switch, we can kind of just see where he wants to go from there. If he brings out Overpawn or something, we can kind of chilly reception our way up out of there. Alright, so I think based off that damage, he'll know that this is not Spadef. I think we could see Overpawn. We could very well see Overpawn. I'm actually gonna fucking calc real quick. If he does go into Overpawn, I want to see how much damage he's doing to it. Okay. Actually, that's completely fine. That's completely fine here. We can Thunder Wave this thing. I like getting this thing paralyzed because Prankster is annoying to deal with. And hopefully maybe we get a couple lucky pairs down the road if need be. So we see that. We can go ahead and chilly reception here. I think that's probably our play. We chilly reception here. And we can bring out our Mandibuzz. Because I think realistically, I mean, this is kind of this is a pretty slow game. So alright, I'm glad I put clear chilly reception there. So we see the Manaphy. And I'm completely okay with seeing this. I mean, we have our boy Clefable in the back. He is behind screens, but I mean, he can't really do too much to us. So the leftovers are kind of annoying. So what can we do here? I think he goes. I mean, honestly, he doesn't switch in well to the Thunderbolt. Granted, you know, he is behind screens, but I like the chip. I do like the chip, so I think we just put Thunderbolt here, maybe expecting Hisuian Quillfish. We kind of just play from there. Manaphy is insanely good. He did pop his Terra early, so alright, so he's gonna try to go for the burn. That actually did a lot. Wow. I didn't like that. I did not like that. So let's bring in. I mean, he's definitely fishing for the Skull Burn. I did not like that damage. Let's bring in Golden Go on him. Let's bring in our Golden Go, and we can. Yeah, I mean, we don't have a lot of good switches. That did a lot of fucking damage. So, let's think here. We can click Thunderbolt, we can click Shadow Ball. We are Scarfed, so we do outspeed. I like Shadow Ball here. I like Shadow Ball. Oof, Jesus, dude. Oh my god, he's packing Shadow Ball. Fucking hell, man. Okay, so that was honestly super fucking lucky. That was super crazy lucky. I mean, I want to keep this. I definitely want to keep this. Fuck. No, we can't. We just. Alright, we gotta sack Goldango here. I mean, that's really kind of the bottom line. Because that right there is good. Okay, so he got greedy and clicked Tail Glow. I don't think he expected me to stay in there. So he clicked Tail Glow here. I think it's a roll to kill him with Shadow Ball. It is a roll. Alright, so we low roll there. So he's gonna get a kill here. He's gonna pick up a kill. That's okay. Goldango did good. We did a good job at making sure that we could kind of get this thing as weak as possible. Now, the play here, I like Moon, and I like the idea of just ripping something with a knockoff. Because, I mean, Manaphy either dies here or something's losing its item. Yeah, there's no chance that he lives this, right? There's zero chance that he lives. I mean, I probably should be calcing stuff, but I feel like it can be more fun sometimes to get the surprises, you know. All right, so I think we see Hisuian Quillfish. That's a good switch there. That's a smart play. There's the Intimidate. We knock off here and we get rid of this item, which I like. So Eviolite's gone. So let's get a little frisky here. Let's bring in Mamoswine. Let's just go hard Mamoswine. We're gonna go hard Mamoswine, and if he stays in and tries to get up like a layer of spikes or something, I'm trailblazing. Excuse me. I mean, I think obviously he's got to know that this thing is. Obviously, he's got to know that this thing's banded, or at least scarfed, maybe. He knows it's choiced, and it's definitely not choice specs. Yeah, getting rid of this thing's Eviolite is super nice. I want to know what move 4 is. He could be packing Liquidation, which is a bit worrisome. Gunk Shot. Oof, that is an unfortunate miss. That is a very, very unfortunate miss. So, that is a really unfortunate miss. I think we get a little bit greedy here. and click Trailblaze. Because if we get off a Trailblaze, we'll outspeed Zapdos, and then we can let off an Icicle Crash. I mean, Zapdos Mamoswine, I was talking to Cole about this. Zapdos Mamoswine is actually such an interesting, it's such an interesting interaction. Okay, so we do see our boy Grimstone. So I think here, I think his play is he wants to get up Reflect. So let's just, we can Icicle Crash or we can Earthquake. I think Earthquake, I think he's gonna want to click Reflect and get the Reflect up here. Let's just Earthquake and get some damage off on this thing, because honestly this thing's been pretty annoying to deal with. So let's Earthquake here, let's get some damage off. That's decent damage. Okay, so he got the Reflect off. I think from here, he has a couple interesting plays that you can make. I mean, he has some pretty good switch-ins. He could go back into the Hisuian Quillfish. Do we Icicle Crash here, or do we... let's Icicle Crash. Or actually, no, let's not Icicle Crash. Let's just fucking Earthquake. Alright, so there's the Parting Shot. I think Hisuian Quillfish might come back in here. If he's willing to sack it. Or we could see Ogerpon. If we do see Ogerpon here, we just gotta stay in and go for damage. And then we can revenge kill with our Roaring Moon. Unless he's packing Trailblaze on Ogerpon, that would be super, super unfortunate. Alright, so he's willing to let the Manaphy go. Alright, so Mamo gets rid of Manaphy. That's pretty big. That is pretty big. Yeah, so right now, Mamoswine's pretty threatening to him. And I think at this point, it's kind of tough for him. It's kind of a tough situation for him, because I mean, he can bring in the Hisuian Quillfish. Okay, so here's Ogerpon. Here is Ogerpon. We Icicle Crash here. We're +1, so we should outspeed. And then we can bring in Roaring Moon. We should outspeed, you know? I think I calced this. But I think his situation here is, if he's running Trailblaze, that does become a pretty big problem. If he's running Trailblaze, it does become a problem. But Moon does live. Okay, so we get some chip there. Alright, so we see the Swords Dance. I think we Icicle Crash again. Maybe we... Oh my god, are you kidding? Okay, so this is where things can get a little bit scary. So this is what dreams are made of. This is what we brought Mandibuzz for. So it's a roll. It is a roll to kill here. It is a roll to kill. Let's click the foul play and let's see what happens. Okay, so we live one, and then here comes the big foul play, taking out Ogerpon. That's huge. That is absolutely huge. So do we see Grim? Do we see Hisuian Quillfish? What do we see here? Because if we see Grim or Hisuian Quillfish, okay, so we see Grim. We see Grim here. So we roost. We roost. We roost, we'll grab our health back. And if he wants to set up screens, because at this point, his real source of damage is going to be okay. So the double switch. All right, so if you wanted to Zapdos in, so we get off a roost here, which I am okay with. I am more than okay with getting off that roost here. We expect a electric move. We could Volt Switch. I like bringing in Glowking here. I mean, in hindsight, based off the way that this game's played out, we very, very easily could have brought a Salt Vest Glowking, and that would have been super, super helpful. But you live in your lane. You live in your lane. Alright, so I mean his only attack on Quillfish is Gunk Shot. From what we've seen so far in his Grimmsnarl, he really doesn't have an attack. So I think we see I mean, he wants to get up his screens. That's the play here. I like just clicking Sludge Bomb here. Seeing what we can do. I don't know. Maybe he doubles out. Okay, there's the light screen. Big KO for Glowking. Oof, that crit. I think that crit definitely mattered. That crit definitely mattered. Alright, so he's out of Reflect. He is out of Reflect. We Ice Beam. We Ice Beam, that's the play. Want to get as much chip on this thing as we possibly can. Get as much chip on this as we possibly can, and then honestly, if need be, the Banded Moon in the back's gonna come in and clean up nice. That's brutal. That's tough. So yeah, I mean, we just stay in here. That's the play. Oof, the para. Wow. All right, so I guess that makes up for the miss last turn. Kind of cancels out. Okay, so. I mean, realistically, we don't really want to switch in. We don't really want to switch in anything into a Thunder. Oh my god. That's brutal, dude. I'm sorry. So, I think we Chilly Reception here. Yeah, I think we Chilly Reception here on the Roost. Yeah, I want to recover some of that HP with Regenerator. Alright, so let's see how much he does to Clef. Because I'm gonna Moonlight here. I think he probably kills because we're not super specially defensive. If he's packing Heat Wave, we'll kind of know the set that he's running, and we'll know that he's kind of the offensive variant. Dude, I feel bad, bro. That shit sucks. That sucks, man. There's no other way to put it. That fucking sucks. Alright, so he gets his KO there. Would have just been a turn earlier. Yeah, the Thunder misses are tough, dude. Alright, so this is kind of where potential to throw could happen. Ideally, we click Ice Beam and it does a lot. Ideally. Yeah, it's gonna do a fuck ton. Alright, so I think his light screen... The light screen's still up, right? Okay, so his light screen wears off. We Ice Beam here to go for the chip if he wants the KO. Ooh. That is tough. That is tough. Alright, we click Ice Beam. And our Moon should... He should KO me here. Yeah, no call it wraps there. Now, Moon should be able to just clean up here. Is he going for the static cheese? Knockoff should kill from this range. I think he's the offensive Zapdos. Oof. Alright, so he does get the static. He does get the static. He could get some cheese here. That static's big. That static's big. How much does Gumshot do? Gumshot does a lot. Don't get paired. Okay. Oof. Alright, so we want our differential. So let's just go to Mandibuzz. I think Mandibuzz takes this pretty well. Yeah. Okay, so he poisons us. us. Oof, so now I think, fuck, bro. Yo. At this point, Gunk Shot could fucking kill us. Does this kill? Oh, Mandibuzz living on a fucking dream, man. And that doesn't kill. Holy shit, man. Holy shit. Dude. Does he win? Oh my god. I think he wins if he were to fucking hit that. Oh my god. Wow. What a game, bro. What a game. GG's, bro. GG's. That was a... That had me on the edge of my seat, and I was fucking playing. Well, that's a big one. After that, we do improve to 4-0, leaving us as the only undefeated team left. So that's exciting. I don't know who we play next week. I haven't honestly looked that far into it. This was one of those ones where it's like, hey, focus on the game that you have in front of you. Because obviously, you know, Kais is a good player. Kais is a very good player. That was a very close match. And I mean, that could have went either way. A couple misses, a couple paras, stuff like that. Overall, I think we could have done much better. I think tearing Clefable that early really hurt us. But we'll bounce back. We'll bounce back. Hopefully we're shooting for 5-0 next week. Thanks guys for watching, and I will catch you later.